Let's continue with the exciting story of the Lorax as being told by Mr. Onceler. The Onceler, he's not Mr. Onceler. So we were looking at this nice place with truffula trees with their tufts and the birds happily flying around and singing, and here is a wet pond with the bird enjoying and the clean clouds through the whisper ma telephone. Mr. The Onceler continues, and now you can see here and under this tree and under the trees I saw brown Barbaloots frisking about in their Barbaloots suits as they played in the shade and ate Truffula fruits. Here are some Truffula fruits, and here are the Barbaloots that are plucking the fruits and playing with them and feeding each other and playing around and doing some nice gymnastic or lazing around or monkeying around. And here is the Onceler in his wagon looking happily at this world where everything was nice and wet and clean and full of clouds and singing birds and humming fish. From the ripulous pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. And you can see this nice pond is very wet and the fish are happy and they are splashing around and humming. So the Onceler is happily listening to them, and the Onceler's allowing now the horse or the pony or the donkey to graze. But those truffula trees, all my life I had been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh buttery milk. Okay, is that an exciting description? And here are the birds looking down at the Onceler, happily enjoying all this for the first time and being amazed at how many truffula trees there are. And finally the Onceler has found the truffula trees after all his life's search. Trees such as these were found. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I would do. I unloaded my cart. So here is the Onceler that is throwing stuff out of his wagon, and unfortunately it includes an axe here and some other tools that you have to watch carefully. Okay, so what does the Onceler want to do? Is his motive clean? Is he looking for truffula trees so that he can cut them down, or is he there to enjoy the nature? When do you go to the forest? What do you look for? You go around, sometimes you see people walking around with very loud music, so-called boombox, and you always wonder, if you have come to nature, why are you not listening to the birds? Why are you playing this loud music? So here is the Onceler's wagon. Now in no time at all I had built a small shop. This is a shop that the Onceler built among the truffula trees. Then I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop, and with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed I took the soft tuft and I knitted a Thneed, Thneed, Thneed. Here is a Thneed, and here is a Barbalot, what we called a Barbalot. Remember this Barbalot here? Barbaloot, sorry. The Barbaloot is looking at this Thneed and looking shocked because the Onceler has chopped down a truffula tree, and with all his great skillful skill and the great speedy speed he has built a small shop which is what we mostly do. We are selling things and we are buying things. And here is a Truffula tree that has been chopped down, and a axe is resting here on a stump of the cut down Truffula tree, which is making the boy sad. And of course the Onceler has lived a long time to tell this story, and we'll see what lessons he has learned. The instant I had finished, I heard a gazoop. I looked, gazoomp, that is. I looked, I saw something pop out of a stump of the tree I had chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. Okay, so he was shortish, there it is, and oldish, and brownish, and mossy. I don't even know, moss is something that grows on wet surfaces. And he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. So the Truffula tree was chopped down, and out of the stump came this shortish, oldish, brownish, mossy man who spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Bossy means somebody who can tell you what to do, order you around. Okay, here is the Onceler showing off the Thneed to the Lorax. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongue. And I am asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed. What's that thing you have made out of my Truffula tuft? The Lorax introduces himself and is shocked and is shouting because he is very upset, and he has no idea what has been made out of this Truffula tuft in which the Lorax was living. So we'll come back and continue listening to the Lorax talking to the Onceler. Okay, please read the book. It's fairly simple. I'm reading slowly to add a few points along the way about climate change, about how humans have cut down trees, and trees don't speak for themselves. If there is a nice mango tree outside my window and I want to cut it down, the tree is not going to say anything. But what should I be saying to myself when I take the axe to the mango tree? What is my plan? You understand the meaning of the word Onceler now. When you cut the tree, what happens? Does it grow back? Does it have a value when it is standing? If you say yes, how much are you willing to pay the tree to stand there and do nothing but maybe give a few mangoes and some shade and look beautiful and make you relax because the tree gives you shade and makes you enjoy the nature and so on? So these are the questions we have to keep asking in the context of this Lorax and the Onceler and the kid who has gone to hear of the good old days when there was trees and wet ponds and clean clouds and birds and Barbaloots and so on and so forth. Okay, we'll come back and continue.